I'm in Diefenbach and I'm from Australia. I've travelled over here to France, to Saint-Brisson, to be part of the Salon du Pastel, and I'm very pleased to be able to be a part of it. I've got my 5 works here that came all the way from Australia, from some are just the still life, florals, portraits. I paint anything and everything, but probably known mostly for my florals, and but I enjoy pastel so much. It's such a spontaneous medium and thoroughly enjoyable for all kinds of subject matter and en plein air as well.
How was it to do your own portrait?
Oh, I love doing self-portraits because you can please yourself. No, you can, it doesn't matter if you look older or younger or whatever, but I enjoy doing my self-portrait every so often. I've done about 5 of them now. Every so often I think, maybe I'll just do a self-portrait because it doesn't cost anything for a model. I do travel a lot. I travel all over the world teaching the medium of both pastel and oil, and I travel to the International Pastel Convention and I demonstrate there and do workshops there, workshops across the world. I've been very fortunate to do what I do.
How can people find you?
You can find me on my website. It is www.ldief.com. And so that would be the easiest place to find me. I have there's information about me, and I have a permanent gallery of works, both older works that have been sold and works for sale.
So you're working with pastels?
I'm working with pastels, soft pastels, and I've got a selection. I've got some Giraud, I've got some Sennelier, I've got some Art Spectra.
Are they from Australia?
Art Spectrum's from Australia, yes, yeah. I've got some the original Rembrandts, Holbeins. I think I've even got a Schminker. I have a bit of everything because I like to, whatever value, whatever colour, it doesn't matter the brand. They all work wonderfully together, and so I can do that and get it in place. I'm just getting colour down. I like to go as dark and bright as I can for as long as I can, and I can always control the darks and brights, but not when it gets too light. When it gets too light, then you run the risk of making mud, and I like to keep it nice and fresh. So even under the light bits, these bits here, I'll put down something slightly darker. I'm not worrying about the dewdrops right now. I'll come to them later, but I'll get all of the real estate covered, like so, and then pull it all together, both with blending with my finger and blending with the pastel. So what I'm trying to get is this wonderful form established first, and then we'll think about getting some of the dewdrops and the character coming out. Sculpting with the form, so that if it's round this way, it's got to have the roundness that way, and then we've got to pull it this way and that way as well. It's like sculpting. I call myself a sculptor in tone, so that you get the sense that you can pick it up when it's finished and smell the roses. I rest on my pinky, just there, so that gives me great control if I need control. If I'm doing big broad areas, I don't need control, but if I'm coming in very close and I want to control where I'm putting it, I'll just rest on my little pinky so that I have great control, and it's so small it doesn't damage the paper. Have a little look. See, I'm not going to worry with the spider. He's just there by the by. Okay. Now, I think we can go a little bit lighter here and there. Let's see where the lights take us. Have I got the right light? Constantly asking myself what sort of colour I need, what sort of value I need. what sort of shape am I going to make when I apply it to the surface, so on and so forth. All of those things are coming into my mind. It's still not light enough, but I'm sneaking up on it. I don't want to fill the tooth of the paper too early because that leaves me nowhere to go. If the surface is full of pastel, it needs to be allowed to breathe so it can receive more pastel.
What about the paper?
The paper that I'm working on is Lux Archival. It's a heavily sanded white paper. Now what I've done on the background here is to stain the paper with some raw umber pastel. Then I've liquefied it with some alcohol and splashed it round with a brush. And then I've come in with some mark making over the top, just for fun. I didn't want what was in the original reference photo. It's very boring. The original reference photo is all this green dotty stuff. Does nothing for the flower at all. So I wanted to really hero the flower and make it stand out. The beauty of working from an iPad is that you can make it big and can see what's happening. So if you go to work from a photo, this is very, very helpful. Gives you enough information on the detail, which I find helpful. My sight's not so good anymore, so it's lovely to have a bit of help along the way. Now I'm going to change the temperature, I think. Nope, I'm going to go to a lighter one now. Just dragging it around. Now, is that the right sort of light? I think we're in the right direction. So let's start sculpting the form. I use the side of the pastel. It's like a paintbrush. So here I've got an inch brush. And I like to use the whole brush, or if I'm in a small corner, I take the edge and I can find a small shape, and that's my little paintbrush. I paint in both oils and pastel. So I transfer between the two with the same ideas of sculpting the form with a big and a small brush and directional action. So now I can start lightening it a bit. Lightening. And I could probably even go lighter again at this stage. But let's see. I'm going to get some yellows in there now. A little bit of yellow. So here we have a Great American Artworks pastel. It's a lovely square one. They come obviously a lot longer than that, but I like little pieces. I break my pastels so I can use them like a brush. And start putting the colours through the dewdrops. I'll come back to the little dewdrops once I've completed what I need to do, and that's not yet. You can get some light down in there as well. A little touch of light over the back here. Like so. Okay, now I can go even lighter again. So I might go almost to these Art Spectrum pastels. They're soft tinted lights, and they come in a series. They've got two sets of one set of 6 cool colours and one set of 6 warm colours. And to me, they're the best lights out there. They really play very well, and it's not just because they're Australian. They really play very well with all sorts of brands, and I enjoy the fact that they stay there and do what they're told. And the colours, these lights are just perfect for this type of thing. Now I can come in lighter again here. I can take a little bit of shadowed colour and pop it in here. So you can see, even though it's fairly broad, but there's a sense of building of form, and that's just how I want it. And I sneak up on it. I can always go back and get more darks in. So I'm not worried if I lose the dark. I can pop it back in with alacrity. I can get a nice little shadow in underneath there. I can push it around now and start getting some of these lovely soft shapes. Like so. Mind you, Art Spectrum has some wonderful new pastels. They're the extra soft square pastels, and they're beautiful. I really like those. I love the Giraud. I was very fortunate last night to win a box of Giraud. You came just at the right time.
So it looks like you're almost done.
Almost done. Well, getting there. Going to redraw here and there. Shadow just in under
So what's it like to work with people watching you?
Oh, I don't mind. I go off into my own little world. If they ask me a question, good, that sort of helps me to think a little bit harder. But otherwise, I just sit here and paint away.
Looks like summer.
Pardon?
Looks like summer.
Looks like summer. Yes, summer in Australia. It's getting light against dark, light against dark. Trying to get those shadows in so that it pushes the forms forward. Otherwise it's too flat. And I want to be able to separate some of the actions from here to there. And this one has to connect with that one. Take that out and connect this across this way. Pull it in a different direction, slightly darker. So. And then find our touch of light. And then cut it out on the other side. So that that petal wraps around instead of competing with the one underneath. Just twiddle it together a bit. Touch of light here.